so two and a half cups of flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to put the sugar inside the flour. Then I'm going to get a teaspoon of baking soda. No, baking powder, sorry. And I'm also going to get a tablespoon of baking soda. There's my tablespoon of baking soda. Now I'm going to get 2 tablespoons of salt. So there's 2 tablespoons of salt. And now I'm going to give it a nice mix. But before I do that, I'm going to put the butter in the microwave. So put it for 230. And check my buttermilk. I'm making buttermilk. And you can notice, as you can tell, it's a nice chunk tit. That means that's ready. So I'm going to transfer that to another bowl really quickly. That is the vinegar that I used to do it. It was 2.5 cups of milk and then 2 tablespoons and a half of vinegar. So if you want to do that recipe, you can. Makes really good buttermilk. I'm going to check that because I hear some pops. Okay, so the butter's nice and melted. So I'm just going to put that to the side. And the milk is pretty much ready, so I'm going to go ahead and transfer that. Alright. So so I got my milk transferred into the bowl. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up, because clean kitchen's a happy kitchen. I'm going to mix the dry ingredients together. And as I'm mixing the dry ingredients, when that's ready, I'm going to grab my egg yolks, dump that in to the milk, get my 3 tablespoons of butter, dump that in, and get another whisk, even though I realized shortly that that whisk is too small and need to use the bigger one. I realized it's impossible to do that, so I'll go ahead and switch the whisk. Also, if you're wondering why I didn't put the egg whites in with the wet, it actually ends up way better when you put the egg whites at the end. Just, it makes it more fluffy. So yeah, now what I'm going to do, because I want to make cinnamon pancakes, right? And this is the part where I remember that I want to put cinnamon in the pancakes. Ignore that thing that was on the floor. So I'm trying to make a boat. But then I realized that I forgot to put in the cinnamon. And that's going to happen right about now. There we go. Remember, I wanted to put cinnamon. So I put a nice amount of cinnamon. You don't have to, there's no like real amount of how much you want to put. It's really just the amount that you want. I realized shortly after that I wanted more, so towards the end you'll see I'll put more. So yeah, I'm gonna just try to put all the batter, well, not the batter, the dry to the side, because I want to make like a little like crater in between the flour, so that way it's easier to mix the liquids with the with the dry, with the wet with the dry. Here's where I start to realize that I may have put a little bit too much liquid, but it's okay. It turns out nice in the end. So here's when I'm going to mix, and it's going to take a good amount of time to mix, but you don't want to over mix it. You want it to be like a nice, you want it to be like a nice soup, yet you don't want it to be so wet that like you're that's dripping. You want it to like be clumpy still. Like I'll show you what I mean. Like it's almost ready now. Just needs to be mixed up a little bit, but that's good. Like that consistency is good. Don't want to over mix it. You also want to let it sit for a while. This is the point when you put the egg whites. Also, it's better you use a spatula. I just used a whisk because that's what I had available. But it is better to use a spatula. So now I got myself like a perfect doughy consistency almost. It's a doughy, soupy consistency. So just a little bit more though. Just because like it was stuck to the whisk. Alright, there we go. That's nice. So I'm going to let that sit for a little bit. I wanted to use the griddle initially, but then I realized that I was too afraid to use it. And I just decided not to last minute. So I'm not going to cut that just so that way you can watch my stupidity. But, I mean, it was pretty funny. I also didn't use it mostly because I didn't know if 250 degrees was enough heat. And like I was just, I don't know, I'm used to doing it with the burner, not with the griddle. So yeah, shortly after I realized I don't want to do it, so you're going to see me just turn that off and then just go get a pan. Because I decided I wanted to get a pan instead. So there's my pan. It's a little bit wet. I don't know why it's wet, but I'm going to clean that. Eventually. So, yeah, I know you like staring at the cutting board. Cutting board ASMR, am I right? So yeah, I'm gonna put like at a medium heat about, I don't want it too hot there, but I want it like warm enough to where like if I touch it, it's gonna burn my finger. If that makes sense. Not that I'm gonna try to burn my finger in the video. Maybe off camera I will. Um. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on placing it down on the table so that way all you see is like a black screen, because that's what I like to do apparently. I just realized that I've been doing that. Um, yeah. I don't really know what I'm trying to do here. I think I'm just trying to put butter in the pan. Yeah, that's what I think I'm doing. And I think I'm trying to get like a spoon. I'm not sure though. I can't see what's going on. Here we go. I'm picking it back up, the camera. Oh, no, never mind. Oh, yeah. Those are my feet, apparently. Because my dumb ass likes pointing the camera at my feet. I don't know what happened, but you're gonna see more in after I don't know how this didn't film that part, but it's whatever. So right now I'm checking to see it bubble the pancake because when the bubble. Okay, so pancakes when know that they're ready to be flipped, you'll see that they bubble, but you could tell that it's bubbling now on the top, but that it's not ready to flip. There's some. It's specific the thing that I'm trying to look for. I'll point it out to you eventually when you see it. I always have to have a plate ready for the pancakes there that are ready to be put on the plate. By the way, this is a voiceover because the original audio was really shit. Because my dad was home and I was trying to be quiet because he was on the phone. But, yeah. So, see, you notice how it's like starting to bubble? It's ready in the center, but on the sides it's not ready yet. But not now. Now it's getting ready. Now it's almost ready to flip. Yeah, I'm gonna start flipping now. Just to check. I'm not gonna flip it yet. I'm just checking to see if it's good underneath the bottom. I'm gonna say it needs a little bit more time. I'm mostly not flipping it. Initially in the video, I was trying to play it off as me just checking, but honestly, it's because I hadn't flipped a pancake in a long time, and I really didn't want to mess it up. And but don't worry, look, I'm not gonna mess it up here. Well, actually, I did, but I didn't mess it up as much as I thought I would. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's perfect. That is perfect. Damn, that looks perfect. That looks so good. I'll eat it like that, man. I don't care if it's half cooked and half not. That looks so good. And don't worry about the little bit of goop that I got on the pancake. That actually adds flavor. Okay? Whoever says that raw pancake mix doesn't taste good, they're a liar. The pancake, if it tastes good, the batter tastes good, then you know it's a good pancake, okay? Okay, see how it's moving now? Now that means it's ready to be put into the pan. But I gotta let it sit for like another minute though, just cause like you gotta make sure it's cooked, you know? So I'm just scraping off the edge. Just gonna give it a little bit of a taste. Ooh, that is delicious. That is so scrumptious. Oof. Ooh. Damn, that pancake good. Alright, so I'm just gonna put this pancake into the plate right now, and I'm gonna get myself some more. Now, I just realized I didn't realize that at first, but I made a mess bringing the pancake batter all the way to the bowl, to the pan. I made a mess. Look at that mess. Look at that trail I left. See, all that could have been avoided if I would have put the bowl closer to the pan. But my dumbass didn't think of that. So, looks really good. It does look good, actually. I realized that I don't need the, I was just making a joke here into putting butter onto the pancake, saying that you could do that.
And I don't know. I honestly did that thinking I was going to do it to all the pancakes, but I didn't. Just making sure that the bottom was so fluffy. And then I cut off a little piece just to try that, just to try it cooked. Ooh, 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 it's so fluffy. Ooh, that looks good. Well, that's almost ready. I'm like looking at that last piece. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's definitely. Just making sure that's ready to flip, you know? Can't flip it too early, because then it's gonna make a mess. Actually, the only reason why you can't flip it too early is because you're worried that's gonna break. If you flip it on when at the right time, it's not gonna break in half. But if you flip it too early, it might break. So that's why you wait till it's until you think it's ready. It's actually pretty fun making pancakes. Pancakes is honestly one of the most like relaxing thing for me to make, mostly because it's like it's not even a recipe at this point. It's more of just like something that I like to do. You know, it's like and the measurements you could play around with. You know, it's like you don't have to make them exact or you don't have to follow it exactly the way I'm saying it. All I'm just saying is that that's like my way of doing it because I like it like that. You know.